Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we're checking out 7 Radiohead facts to make you lose yourself for a minute there. That's a lyric from a song.
Welcome to Trash Theory 2, and here are 7 fun facts about Radiohead.
Y'all be sure to go to Trash Theory 2 and like and subscribe. Radiohead's original name, Baby Your Mind is a Radio, Got a Receiver Inside My Head. Song Radiohead. Talking Head? Oh, no way. It's a Talking Head song. Well, I don't know.
Though they toyed with Jude in reference to the book Jude the Obscure and the impossible to Google music, the Oxford band originally decided on a Friday as an initial name, because that was the only day they could rehearse. They took their final improved moniker from the title of a Talking Heads track. But Radiohead aren't the only band to take their alias from the Talking Heads. Big Country got theirs from the song of the same name.
Really?
And Sunny Day Real Estate was inspired by the song Nothing But Flowers.
This used to be real estate, now it's only fields and trees.
Huh. Wow, I had no idea. David Byrne, influencing everyone. Amazing. Y'all, I like Radiohead. I think the first time I heard them was the song Creep. Probably the same for a lot of people. But at the time, they were just another grunge band to me. I didn't know any different. And then OK Computer came out, and it blew my mind. And later, what album was it? In Rainbows came out. Do you remember In Rainbows? And my dad, all of a sudden, was this huge Radiohead fan. I thought that was so cool. My dad loves Radiohead. Wow. Radiohead's main early influence. Cookie, I Think You're Tame. Song, I Bleed Pixies.
As well as Talking Heads, Pixies were a formative influence for the band. You know that super quiet restrained verse to ultra loud distorted chorus thing?
Yes.
That Radiohead do a lot, especially on Pablo Honey in the band.
Yes.
When you were
Right. Yeah.
They got that from Pixies.
Okay.
hips like Cinderella.
Said guitar.
Wow. I thought they got it from Nirvana. But I think Nirvana also got it from the Pixies. Or at the time that I first heard Creep, I thought Radiohead was getting it from Nirvana, and Nirvana was getting it from Pixies. But I guess they're both getting it from Pixies. Interesting. That became a very common thing in the grunge era. Smashing Pumpkins. I was going to say Pearl Jam, but actually no. Not Pearl Jam, really? I remember when that became a thing, I thought it was just good songwriting. I thought that was just normal songwriting dynamics, but no, it was for Pixies.
Guitarist Johnny Greenwood around the time of Hail to the Thief.
One of the reasons we don't use guitars much anymore now is because, you know, there are only a handful of Pixies albums, and you kind of can't keep copying them. It feels like it's what we've done for so long.
I think I have heard that quote before. It's funny to hear him say that, because when I hear Radiohead, I feel like there's so much more than Pixies ripoffs. You know? Johnny Greenwood, don't sell yourself short. I feel like now Radiohead is kind of this rock, jazz, fusion, progressive thing. You know? It's totally different. They're on another level. They almost transcend a genre in a way. The Creation of Fake Plastic Trees. Great song. A Cracked Polystyrene Man Who Just Crumbles and Burns. Song, Nice Dream, Radiohead.
Out of all the songs on 1995's The Bends, Fake Plastic Trees was the one that took the longest to get just right. One early version was so over-the-top bombastic that drummer Ed O'Brien compared it to Guns N' Roses' monster ballad, November Rain.
Okay, I gotta say, November Rain came out in 1991? That's crazy, because it feels so 80s. But that's the same year Nirvana's Nevermind came out. Like crazy. My dog's chewing on something, hang on. Gregory update, he's growing. He's growing. He's being mischievous. He's in his teenage years. Alrighty.
As beloved as they've become, the lyrics were rattled off by Thom Yorke, mostly punchlines that only he found funny. I wrote those words and laughed. I thought they were really funny, especially that bit about polystyrene.
She lives with a broken heart, a cracked polystyrene man just crumbles.
Getting in the right headspace to record his vocal was another challenge.
Hang on.
Yorke
I want to read those lyrics. Fake plastic trees, lyrics. Her green plastic watering can for her fake Chinese rubber plant in the fake plastic earth that she bought from a rubber man in a town full of rubber plans to get rid of itself. It wears her out, or wears her out, or wears her out, or wears her out. She lives with a broken man, a cracked polystyrene man who just crumbles and burns. He used to do surgery for girls in the 80s, but gravity always wins. That is funny. And it wears him out. It wears him out, and wears him out, it wears. She looks like the real thing. She tastes like the real thing. My fake plastic love. But I can't help the feeling I could blow through the ceiling if I just turn and run. And it wears me out, it wears me out, it wears me out. And if I could be who you wanted, if I could be who you wanted, all the time, all the time. Okay. One of those bits was funny. The rest, I get it, but I don't think it's funny.
Getting in the right headspace to record his vocal was another challenge. Yorke spending a whole day attempting to record, failing, and then getting increasingly irritated and yelling in frustration at the rest of the band. It was only after witnessing Jeff Buckley at the garage in Highbury that evening that Yorke found what he was looking for.
It's never over. Oh, my blood for the sweetness of her laughter.
Spurred on by the aching emotion in Buckley's rich falsetto, Yorke returned to the studio, picked up an acoustic guitar, and recorded 3 solo takes of the song. Then immediately broke down and cried. The rest of the band finished the track by overdubbing their parts onto Yorke's final take.
Oh my god.
The strings were a last-minute addition, only added to the song because they already had a couple of session players coming in for Nice Dream. Johnny Greenwood composed the arrangement overnight, inspired by Samuel Barber's Adagio for strings. Writing the string parts was my studio highlight, in a megalomaniac kind of way.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, Johnny Greenwood has composed some film soundtracks since then, I think. Right? I think he did There Will Be Blood? Hang on, let me try. Very, very impressive stuff. Johnny Greenwood film score. One baddie after another, There Will Be Blood, Phantom Thread, right, I was thinking. Jude, The Master, oh yeah, The Power of the Dog, You Were Never Really Here, Licorice Pizza, Inherent Vice, Spencer, Body Song, we need to talk about Kevin, Norwegian Wood, Boy Erased, Nowhere. Wow, he's done a lot more than I realized. Way to go, Johnny. And I spelled his name wrong, there's no H. That's amazing that Thom Yorke was inspired by Jeff Buckley, first of all. I hear it. I totally hear that kind of approach. The falsetto and that vibrato, all the O stuff. And I'm impressed that he recorded acoustic guitar and sang first, and then the rest of the band overdubbed on top of that. Because if Thom Yorke hadn't had a really good tempo, it would have been a nightmare. Maybe he tracked it to a click track. That could be. That could be. In fact, that might be what he did. But still, that's a very different approach, isn't it? But great. Great. Way to go.
Writing the string parts was my studio highlight, in a megalomaniac kind of way.
There. The creation of that. I love that song. It's such a build. Beautiful build. Just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there. It's a brilliant lyric. I feel like that's something that's touched on a lot with them. Paranoia. There's something about paranoia. I don't know. But there. That's from Hail to the Thief, right? It sounds really good. The build. There's a part where his vocals sounds like a guitar, or the guitar sounds like a vocal. It's a great song. Moving on.
The first single from 2003's Hail to the Thief, There,
Oh,
was
it's
the
a
band's
single.
triumphant return to the guitar after their more electronic albums, Kid A and Amnesiac. Also returning was their love of a certain alternative rock quartet from Boston. It's got that Pixies thing that I love, which is a huge build-up of tension and release, which is really important in music. It's not thinking of things being good in an instant way, but good thinking in terms of 5 minutes. The tom-heavy drumming on the track was inspired by the German band Can, especially from their 1971 album Targo Margo.
Oh.
But Johnny's guitar hero moment at the end was his attempt to imitate a post-punk great.
Amazing guitar tones on that whole record. But this song specifically.
We all got excited at the end because Nigel Godrich was trying to get Johnny to play like John McGeoch in Susie and the Banshees.
Okay.
All the old farts in the band were in seventh heaven. This was not the first time McGeoch's guitar had galvanized Johnny's playing. The angular riff from Just was sparked by a live version of Magazines, shot by both sides.
Oh. Oh my god, I hear it.
There
Wow.
had been kicking around since the Kid A sessions, and a rudimentary version had been webcast back in 2000.
What? Oh wow. A lot slower.
But according to Johnny, the version they recorded in Los Angeles in 2002 felt stilted, like they were trying too hard to be a live guitar band again. Yorke, though, was exceedingly fond of the song's melody, and was worried it would end up as another great, but lost Radiohead song. But when they tried again back home in Oxford, the jigsaw fell into place. Upon hearing Nigel Godrich's final mix, Yorke burst into tears, believing it to be the best thing the band had ever done.
Just 'cause you feel it.
You may have dreamt of how you wanted it to sound, and then one day you walk into the studio and there it is. But you're not been standing there like with a hammer trying to beat it out of the desk or whatever, or out of your guitar. It's not necessary. It's just there one day. I think that's why I cried when I heard the mix, because I was so shocked that it was there.
Wow. That is one of my favorite Radiohead songs. And wow, that's really cool to hear him say that. That may have, like at the time, he thought it may have been the best thing they did. It is awesome. The build is just a lot of emotion in there. Nigel Godrich, amazing producer, amazing engineer, amazing. Only one person knows the end of the Just video. You do it to yourself. You do song Just Radio. Yeah, if you remember that video, it's about, the band is like in a room, in a building next to a street, and they're playing. But then there's all these people on the street walking, going to work. And then this one guy just decides to lay down in the road, and everyone crowds around him, and at first they think something's wrong with him, but then he's like, no, I just want to lay here in the road. Leave me alone. And then everyone around him's trying to figure out why he's doing that. And they never tell you in the video, but at the end of the video, everyone is laying down. I wonder why. They never tell you why.
Fourth single from the Bends, Just, is famed for its video. As the band thrash about in a high-rise office, a man walking the street below seemingly gives up and lays down on the pavement. Making himself a trip hazard, he soon attracts a crowd, all bewildered as to why the man has taken to lying on the street. Just before the video ends, the man finally relents and tells the crowd around him the terrible truth, the reason why he lays there, unmoving. The next shot, the whole street is laying down in a similar fashion, but we never find out what the man said.
What'd he say?
He can't be heard in the video, and there is no caption. In the years since, fans have theorized what was said, ranging from simply the song's lyric.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
To the more humorous.
Okay.
But we'll probably
Okay. If you lie down here, you can see Radiohead playing up in that room.
never know for sure. Director Jamie Fraves is keeping it close to his chest.
Damn.
I haven't told anyone in 25 years. I had no idea the video was going to cause so many people to ask what the man said. I really didn't. At the time, I simply felt I had no choice but to subtract what was said. It created the magic. To reveal the answer would kill the video.
Damn, I want to know. Hang on. I gotta know. I've wanted to know for years. What does the guy say in the... Oh, it came up already. Poop, fart, nuts. You're in a scripted music video. You're all going to lie on the floor with me. Yeah, I guess there's... Yeah, never told anybody. It would probably be a letdown if we knew.
To reveal the answer would kill the video.
The creation of Nude. Don't get any big ideas. They're not going to happen. Song, big ideas, demo, Radiohead.
Fake Plastic Trees may have taken about a year to get right. There took 3. But Nude from 2007's In Rainbows took over a decade to make its way onto a Radiohead album.
Wow.
It was first recorded during the OK Computer sessions. It started life as the band's attempt to write an Al Green song, which can be heard in the track's 70s-style Hammond organ and Yorke's tender falsetto.
Got good music on my radio. Don't get it.
Although the band were initially pleased with the results, they quickly soured on the track and abandoned it.
Damn.
Perhaps feeling that they didn't fit in with the crippling dystopia present on the rest of the album. Over the next few years, the song would intermittently get added to set lists. Be rumoured to appear on both Kid A and Hail to the Thief, and become a legendary unreleased song in the Radiohead community. Through this time, the band would flirt with different titles, from Big Ideas, based on its opening line, to Yorke's very wordy suggestion, revealed in documentary, Meeting People is Easy.
I wanted to call it, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to call it. When you get a mortgage in Britain for your house, and all the adverts for mortgages and so on, they always have this thing at the bottom saying, if your home is at risk if you do not keep up repayment. I wanted to use that as the title. But I'm not sure if it's catchy enough.
By 2004, knowing that they had a tune on their hands, but not knowing how to tackle it themselves, Yorke wanted to offer it to Elvis Costello, but never summoned the courage to ask him. Come the sessions for what would become In Rainbows, Radiohead tried a new arrangement, keeping only Colin Greenwood's rhythmically propulsive bass line from the original. The Hammond organ was gone, so were a lot of the lyrics. A verse that suggested the song is about infidelity is erased.
So less reflection of the person's
the verse that gave Nude its title, also gone.
Oh, weird. I never heard that.
Instead, they were replaced with a sequence of ethereal wordlessness, taking notes from Björk. This more showy vocal indicates the evolution of Yorke's relationship with his voice. 10 years ago, when we first had the song, I didn't enjoy singing it because it was too feminine, too high. It made me feel uncomfortable.
Wow.
Now I enjoy it exactly for that reason, because it is a bit uncomfortable, a bit out of my range, and it's really difficult to do, and it brings something out in me.
Wow. It's crazy to think of him being self-conscious about his voice, because he's such a great singer.
Nude would prove worth the wait. In April 2008, it became their first song to chart on the Billboard Hot 100
Really?
since High and Dry in 1996, and the first to
What?
be top 40 on the charts since Creep. But it wasn't the only gold they had stacked in their vault. Radiohead have a little catalogue of songs that just never get done. It's almost because it's their best material, and no version is ever quite good enough. It's too precious to them, and Nude was one of these songs. As long as Nude took, True Love Waits remains the Radiohead song with the longest gestation period. First played in December 95. Finally released on a moon-shaped pool in May 2016,
Whoa.
over 20 years later.
Wow. I didn't know Nude did that well in the charts. I always thought that was a really obscure song. It charted on both the UK and US charts, reaching number 21 in the UK and number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. It was a significant return to the charts for the band. Weird. Since 1996. Wow. That's surprising. Radiohead's many reactions to Creep. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Classic.
Everyone knows that Radiohead hate Creep. It was a song that Johnny Greenwood didn't like from the off. His guitar's distorted ka-chunk before the chorus was his attempt to sabotage it.
What? That's one of the things that I love about it. Failure, Johnny. You failed. Because it's great.
You're so fucking special.
And as it became a hit in America, people would come to their shows supporting Belly, PJ Harvey and James, only to leave after that one song. With their so-called slacker anthem, they would get lumped in with the stagnating grunge scene,
It buzzes like a fridge.
which Thom Yorke venomously described in Karma Police.
Oh.
It's like a detuned radio.
That says he buzzes like a fridge. He's like a detuned radio. I think he's like a digital radio. I always thought it was he's like a digital radio. But detuned radio makes more sense. Oh, wow. Okay.
Like a detuned radio.
I hear it now. Oh my god. All these years.
Since none of Radiohead's next few singles made any real impact, they were quickly labelled one-hit wonders. The band quickly grew to despise the song, but its unexpected success afforded them the unlikely opportunity to play MTV's Spring Break.
You're so very special. But I'm a creep.
Watching the performance today is surreal, with Yorke full-throatedly screaming out his frustration at the song. Next
Don't hurt those vocal cords, buddy.
to a pool surrounded by the type of fans he hated. At least we played well. But I don't think the irony was lost on people. All these gorgeous bikinied girls shaking their mammary glands, and we're playing Creep and looking terrible.
What am I to you
Oh, wow.
when I don't belong here?
Afterwards, they swore it would be the last time they would play Creep. It wasn't, but the intention was there. The title of their next album, The Bends, was taken from the layman's term for the sickness experienced by deep-sea divers who rise to the surface too quickly. The body doesn't have time to adjust to the change in pressure, leading to paralysis and possibly death. It was a succinct metaphor for what Creep's success was doing to the band. But their sneering contempt for the song surfaces more pointedly in the first single off the album, My Iron Lung. Again, the title suggests that the song is keeping the band alive, but in a constructive fashion. My Iron Lung also copies the arpeggio intro and distorted chorus of Creep, but somehow played sarcastically. If the tone wasn't otherwise clear, Yorke delivers the line.
Whoa.
But the sentiment was still lost on some.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
People have defined our emotional range with that one song, Creep. I saw reviews of My Iron Lung that said it was just like Creep. When you're up against things like that, it's like, fuck you. These people are never going to listen.
Wow. Reviews said my Iron Lung is just like Creep. And they're like, exactly. It's intentional. Wow. I think they hate me. I think I'm one of the fans that Radiohead hates because I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. And I like Creep. Wow. I think they would hate me. I still buy your records though. You like that money.
Thanks for watching. What's your own favourite fun fact about Radiohead? Is there anything you think I missed? Well, comment down below. And if you like this, be sure to subscribe for more musical fun facts. See you next time.
Be sure to go to Trash Theory 2 and like and subscribe. That was fascinating. I thought I knew a lot about Radiohead, but it turns out I didn't. Wow, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the fans they hate. Los Angeles guy. I hang out by pools. I go swimming. I like pop music. I like Pixies. They would probably think I'm a dumb Yankee. Wow. Yeah, I'd be afraid to meet them. I think they would hate me. Yeah, I think they probably would. But I still love you guys. It's not going to stop me from loving you, Tom, and Johnny, and Ed, and bass player, Johnny's brother. Is that right? I don't even know their names. That's something. See? Yeah, I don't know their names, so maybe they would like me. That's interesting. I definitely hear the Pixies influence, but the Talking Heads influence, I would not have guessed that. I hear it now, though. That fake plastic trees thing, that's crazy. First played it on acoustic guitar and they all played around him. I didn't realize they were from Oxford, but it kind of makes sense, because they seem like really intelligent people. I bet their parents taught there. Did Radiohead's parents work at Oxford University? Not all of Radiohead's parents worked at Oxford University, but there is conflicting information regarding Thom Yorke's father's occupation. One source claims that Thom Yorke's father was a professor of music at the University of Oxford, and his mother was a librarian. Other sources state his father was a nuclear physicist, and later a chemical equipment salesman. Wow. Colin and Johnny Greenwood, their father was a bomb disposal expert in the British Army. Wow. Ed O'Brien, his father was a grocer. Note that this source seems to refer to a mural artist named Edward O'Brien, not the Radiohead. Okay. Ed O'Brien comes from a family of osteopaths. Philip Selway, no information about his parents' occupation was found in the provided search results. Okay. So maybe they weren't. They're one of the greatest bands of our time, y'all. I'm glad they're still together. I'm glad they're still doing it. They're a gift. Way to go, boys. They would hate me. Oh well. Y'all, I'd like to say thanks to my patrons. Thanks to my Buy Me a Coffee folks. Be sure to go to Trash Theory 2 and like and subscribe. And thank y'all for watching this with me. And I'll see y'all next time. Later.